Hello chess lovers, I have a fantastic game for you played by Levon Aronian against Anish Giri. The game was played at FIDE Grand Prix 2017. Aronian started with knight f3 and knight f6 by Giri, and Aronian goes for his usual English opening c4, g6, knight c3, d5, c takes d5, knight takes d5, d3, bishop g7, bishop d2, black castles, and g3. We see a typical reversed dragon-like structure which is becoming more and more popular nowadays. c5. Well, this position have been occurred many times. Usually white is playing bishop g2, but in this position Aronian came up with a very interesting idea and he went for a novelty. h4, this is move 8, and for the first time we see a novelty. h4, white is going for an immediate attack on the king side, trying to open up the h file. Giri played knight c6, paying no attention to this pawn and allowing white to push it forward. Well, if a move like h5, actually this can give white knight a perfect outpost on g5. So we see knight c6 in the game, and of course Aronian is pushing his h-pawn further. Knight takes c3, b takes c3, c4, h takes g6, h takes g6, and now the h file is opened up. And the queen jumps to a4 squared. Now look, if a move like c takes d3, then white can pay no attention to this pawn and simply play queen h4. The threat is checkmate in one. And if f6, then bishop h6, and white has a very strong attack, trying to get rid of this bishop which is protecting black king. After queen a4, Giri played a dubious knight a5 move, and later we will see that this knight is just out of the game. Aronian played d4, b6 by Giri, bishop g2, bishop b7, queen c2, queen d5, knight h4, queen d7, and there it goes, e4. White has a very strong center. e5, d5. Now we have another strong pawn on d5, a powerful passed pawn. Bishop c8, f4, queen e7, f5. There is no way to stop Aronian's pawns. Giri played g5, trying to keep close to the king side. Well, if g takes f5, then this is weakening black's king side too much. White can capture on f5. If bishop takes f5, then e takes f5, and if a move like e4, then white can castle queen side, and this is going to be a very dangerous attack. Let's go back. After f5, Giri played g5, and now you can pause the video and try to find Aronian's next move. Ready? As you can see, the knight on h4 is hanging, but Aronian played queen d1. He's like saying, Anish Giri, don't even think about drawing with me, just hold on if you can. Sacrificing the knight, and after g takes h4, the rook is capturing on h4, rook d8, and there it comes, the queen is also joining the attack. King f8, black king is trying to save his life. Rook g4. Actually, this is a tiny inaccuracy by Aronian. A stronger move was bishop h6. If queen f6, then bishop g5, and if queen d6, then white can play, for example, king e2, bringing this rook on h1 as well. But instead, Aronian played rook g4, and a bad move by Giri, bishop f6. A better move was queen d6, controlling this 6th rank. Though after queen d6, white can go for rook sacrifice on g7. If king takes g7, then queen g5 check, king f8, king f2, bringing the rook to h1 square, and still white has a very dangerous attack. Let's go back. After rook g4, Giri played bishop f6. Now comes bishop h6 check, king e8, rook g8 check, king d7, but here comes this d6 move and Giri resigned. Well, the queen has no safe square to move. If king takes d6, then rook d1 check followed by rook takes d8. This is just crushing, black is losing. What a fantastic attacking game played by Levon Aronian. He was just playing like a hungry lion. Your comments and questions please. I hope that you enjoyed this mighty attack. Good luck.